face to the screen again, fellow slaves. So I have done some modifications. I was starting to try to make some other videos about this, but I've already made one video about the description of how to make these types of stoves, alcohol burning stoves. I decided to make this one with like a lot more holes but smaller ones. Like this one here is an old one I think I've put in a video before. It's only got 16 holes, and they're, look, see how they're not really on the crown like of the top of this ridge? They're all like kind of just, I did a pretty crappy job. I just wanted to see if it would work at the time, so give me a little bit of a break. Now this one I took the time to make a decent one. This one actually has 26 holes. Oh hey, there's a bunny. Look at the bunny. There he goes. Bunnies, don't get me started. Anyway, this one, as it warms up, with this flame burning in the middle there, it's going to eventually make the alcohol warm enough inside the can that it's going to propel itself out through these smaller holes. I could maybe warm it up from the outside, but that's kind of inadvisable. It's a little bit dangerous. You know, I don't mind doing it myself sometimes, but I don't want to recommend it for anybody else unless, hey, just don't blame me if it goes wrong. But anyway, it's warm to the touch, and I can still pick it up, move it around. Once it gets going, it's going to be warm enough. I think, see, now that I picked it up off the plywood is cool that it was sitting on. So now it's up in the air. You might actually be generating enough heat to evaporate like I was talking about. I'm trying to hold it level and hold the camera at the same time and talk like an idiot. Or try not to talk like an idiot, I mean. So, I mean, it's a nice flame coming out of the middle, that's for sure. But it's just so large that it's going to take a while for it to get hot enough to actually start doing its thing. And then, of course, if I was actually going to cook on it, I would have to have a grate or some kind of grill over it, and then have like be able to put a pan on top of it, you know. That's hot. It is hot, trust me, you know. It'll burn you. I'm going to put my hand there for about a quarter of a second, as you just saw. I'm going to pause while this thing heats up, because this is getting boring. Sorry, guys. Alright, guys, so here for illustration, I have one of these little crack torches. I've never used this thing for crack, by the way. I use it for experiments like this, and I've actually used it to fix things. They're actually very useful. They direct heat. Watch this, though. See how the sides, like it starts popping up all around? It's just that little boost over the edge, you know? You get it to where it starts really... Be careful doing this, though, because it'll squirt that alcohol out of there, out of those little holes, and if you get it too hot, it'll squirt you. Then you're covered in flaming, and it's also like in the daylight you can't see this flame, so you'll be on fire and people will think you're just going insane. Let's cover that hole in the middle there. Looks like it's going pretty well. Wow, that's a nice burner. I think that one turned out pretty nice. Oh shit. Alright, come on now, don't make a liar out of me. Be stable. A little bit unstable. I think if I move that coin, that one hole there, a couple holes are acting fucked up. But to be honest with you, that's, yeah, that's going to be a pretty nice hot flame. You know, I think that cast iron wok that I want to use it for is going to be very happy with this. I think the smaller holes and more of them was a good move. Gotta understand, I live in Florida where most of us have electric stoves. I hate electric. Cooking on electric stoves sucks. So I do have a grill with the side burner, you know, but I like inventing stuff too. I mean, this is not my own invention, but I like making stuff like this. It's kind of cool. You can see it has like an oscillation, like the flame is like if you put like a better air injection or a better air intake, like if it could suck cool air into it, maybe it would burn more efficiently. I mean, it's a bit of a purple flame, but it's mostly blue. Like, look at the bottom. Like, that's pretty nice blue flame. I think I'm doing pretty good justice to this fuel and burning it, and probably at least 90% as efficiently as it possibly can be burned. So, and like I said, hold on a second. I'm trying to reach around the flame here. I got this other one that I made earlier. It's a little Coors Light aluminum bottle. So I took a ball peen hammer and flattened in the cap, and I took out the little plastic insert on the inside and poked some holes in it. It already had these holes around the perimeter, actually. Believe that? So I did every other one with the smallest drill bit I had. Very small drill bit. I think if I open those holes up a little more, it might work better. It did work, though. It did work. So, I mean, it's kind of silly, but it worked pretty well. Now, see, this is getting warm enough that this is a pretty nice flame. Yeah, I could see cooking on that. Because it's getting pretty hot now. Yeah, I almost have to, like halfway through cooking, I might have to put it out and add more fuel, but that's when you just make more than one. Just have a couple of them full, and just start cooking. Now, I mean, it's not, you could use this in a survival situation if you had to, but that's why I'm trying to dial it in. Like right now, I'm just using it to kind of play around, and it's better than cooking on electric. So anyway, that's about all I have for tonight. Don't forget the face of the screen. Blow it right out.